What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Deity Old World AI only battle. Hope you're enjoying it. It's getting pretty interesting. There's plenty of colonizing going on. We've been sort of focused on that probably the last episode or two. There's actually not too many wars going on at the moment. Everyone's pretty chill. I think the availability of land maybe has stopped some civs from attacking when, previously they might have done. Obviously we've got the African civs pretty much taking all of South America for themselves. You've got a bit of the European and Asian civs going for North America, and the Congo's come up this way as well. So yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. There's a couple more British settlers out here. I think that is it for now. On Persia have a settler that's up this way. I think Congo have got one maybe on the way, but it's going to struggle to cross the Atlantic when they're at war with Rhodesia. And Portugal, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Egypt also has one, or two actually. Looks like they might be making their way over. I'm not really sure where they'll end up, because I said South America is pretty full at this point. There isn't really much more space. You can maybe get one city over here or something, but yeah, it depends where they sort of head. We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. But yeah, there's plenty of other stuff going on. Plenty of civs. Also starting to get planes, which means we're pushing towards... We're in the beginning of the end game, I guess. Maybe not. Only 166 turns in. I think we hit the end. When did the last one end? Did it end? I think it ended at 250, which was not like by choice. The game just kept crashing. But I think that was... We'd reached the end of the text by then. So in this one, I assume it will probably be similar. So yeah, in that sort of sense, we're, last 100 turns. But obviously, I'll try and push it on a bit further if I can. Hopefully I will. I think the last one was just those two bigger civs. The Europe map, like I said, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how many tiles there actually are. But I would not be surprised if that Europe map is actually bigger than this map. Obviously, that would be very deceiving. And you would be like, what? How? But I reckon, for, by tiles, I'm not sure. I reckon this could be actually a pretty similar kind of map size to that map. And obviously this one's running a lot better. Primarily, actually, I wouldn't say it's running super better, but obviously the free new world for now at least, that's a lot less civs, a lot less units to run, at least early on. Japan v Mongolia, that is not too important. Mongolia is still here. They've made a bit of a resurgence. Nothing special, but they are up here. Russia and the Tsar sort of putting their arsenal of planes up against each other. This could be quite interesting. Obviously, the Tsar v Persia broke out last episode. I think the rest of Persia's safe. But this city did fall, which is a pretty good place to have a city. Sort of protected from Russia through the mountains. So you could, have planes here and just hit them and not get hit back. Could work pretty well. Did Britain? Yeah, Britain just put down a settler in Cuba. So Dublin is settled on an island, just not the island. But there you go, in Cuba. Instead of Havana, maybe we've got Dublin. So there you go. Another city in Britain taking control, I guess you could say, of sort of Central America, Gulf of Mexico, and maybe the Caribbean. Depends how things go. Persia also settled a bit more to the north. I don't know. I said like a Vegas kind of city. I think that's pretty, maybe a bit further north. I don't know. Somewhere around here. I guess Vegas might be the biggest nearby place anyway. So we can go with that. Right off this river, get some silver, some copper, some good resources. Korea completes the Louvre art gallery. I'm going to say museum. I don't know. It might be both. I think it's an art gallery. But it might have more than just art. Who knows? I haven't been. Britain pieces out with Byzantium. Not that that was particularly a mega war raging on. I love Byzantium's borders. They are pretty weird. See, they did lose this to Germany, and I kind of don't want them to get it back. It's not that I have anything wrong with Byzantium, but it's just they're going to lose it to Russia or Germany, I'd rather, for the game's sake, I'd rather Germany has it. Although, that said, looks like Russia is gearing up for a big war between these two pretty strong civs in Europe. I guess it's time for me to do a sort of top 10. I haven't mentioned it really yet. Normally I always just try and give one for forts. Obviously this will just be in no particular order, just my picks. There'll be some order to it. I normally start with the stronger ones and then fade out, but I'd put Russia in there. I'd put the Tsar in there. They're definitely two good civs. I think Germany and the Netherlands can both go in. I think that's 3 and 4. Again, no order, but I'm just trying to think here. 5, I'd probably give Rhodesia a spot as well as 5, and then I think India should be in there, so that's 6. So what does that leave? 7, 8, that leaves 4 more civs who are doing really well. I think Egypt is probably they look quite good. I don't know, maybe they look better than they're actually doing. I think in Africa they're all actually pretty similar. they're all pretty much equal for technology. Rhodesia's just a bit ahead. Everyone else is pretty similar. Nigeria and the Songhai could probably be in there. Carthage could be in there. Portugal aren't like rubbish. I mean, they've got a few cities. It's really hard. I don't think you could actually even come up with a good 10. I think there's quite a few candidates there. You could probably make like 11 or 12. It's almost harder when there's like a lot of civs. I think there's like 12 civs that could all be in the top 10, and it would be harsh not to include like the other two, so I won't do it. But yeah, it's quite exciting. Greece didn't get a mention there. Again, they're similar technology to all the African civs. Byzantium as well on that one. I guess Persia's maybe a bit behind, but not as bad. So yeah, Britain, I mean, their tech level is ahead of some of those African civs, so you never know. Siam, it's got lots of cities now. Don't know how much will that push them forward. India with another settler there. I mentioned the Jar. I don't know. I mean, Korea probably aren't doing that badly in the stats. I don't know. Obviously, they're not doing great, but I'm sure they'll be up there. Japan, Mongolia, not so good. Poland, yeah. I mean, in terms of ruling people out of the top 10, I think Burundi and the Zulu are probably out of it, I'm afraid. I think Congo is still in because of what they've done in South America. They could still keep that up. That would be pretty good. So yeah, in terms of, I could only rule people out. It's actually easier. I could rule out Burundi. I don't see them getting in there. I don't see the Zulu getting in there anymore. Anyone else in Africa could still feasibly get in a top 10. Maybe they're not there at the moment, but they definitely could squeeze in. As the game goes on, I think Carthage again could be included in that. Rome is definitely out of it. Poland definitely out of it at this point. I'll keep Persia in for now, but I wouldn't give much chance. Persia is like about as far out as possible. No one of everyone who I'm giving a chance to, Persia is probably the least likely, but I will give them a little chance. China is out of it, obviously, not really doing well. Mongolia's out of it too. Korea I would leave in, probably similar to Persia. I don't see them fighting the Jar, so the only way like Korea gets into 10th is like if the biggest civs in the world kill the other civs, and Korea just happens to like stumble into the next position on the list. Like Korea just imagine Korea coming last and there's only 10 civs left. That's the sort of situation that Korea or Persia get into the top 10 based on. Other than that, everyone else is still in. So yeah, I'd only rule out Rome, Burundi, the Zulu, Poland, and Mongolia and China. So about 6 civs out of it. The rest are all still very much in with a shot at being in the top 10. In my opinion. The statistics may not agree, and there actually may be a complete load of rubbish, but you never know. That doesn't matter for another 32 turns at least. Niger, okay, that's a worker. I was wondering if there'd be another settler, but not yet. Hawaii still open? It doesn't look like there's any luxury resources here actually, so I don't know if anyone will settle there. Maybe no settlers yet arriving in India and Australia, I guess, but yeah, no other settlers arriving down this way just yet. India has one. I don't know if that will go to Australia. Obviously, they're now aware of North America. They've got this city here, Bangalore, already the most developed looking city. I don't know, the Jars looks pretty smart and high tech as well. Not so much like the Dutch. They've got 4 very good cities out here now. 10 population, particularly in this one in the north. But 6, 3, 2 down here. It's not looking too bad. Britain have got Manchester and Florida up to 7. City of Zhu here is up to 6 for the Jar, and they've got some really wide borders. Grabbing them a lot of stuff. So we've got 4 and a 2 in here. South America, you've got 9s, which is pretty good. 12 from this city from Rhodesia. So that's a genuinely good city, That's a medium-sized city back at home, and it's huge for a colony. So good job there. Germany's still fighting Byzantium, but beyond that it's okay. I'm not sure how Germany v Russia would go. Russia clearly has the units, like technology advantage, having artillery. They have great war infantry. Some of them are great war infantries, machine guns. But Germany, most of their tiles are full of units. It wouldn't be easy. I think maybe, this bit, if they still have that Byzantine city, that would probably fall to Russia. Warsaw might fall. But I think beyond that, by that point, Germany would have dug in enough, done some damage. So I think Russia is going to be kept at bay for now. I mean, it's been a while since they conquered a city. Can't remember. Obviously, since Mongolia and the Huns fell. feels like an age away now. Especially with the Jar sort of humiliating them out here this way. And you know, the Jar look like they're more than ready to fight to fight Russia. So they're up for it. So that's good. We've got 2 civs going head to head out in the west. And I guess maybe we just need more time for the Dutch to get a bit stronger out as well. And then you've sort of got your three superpowers maybe vying. And maybe Germany will have to be sacrificed in the middle to the Dutch. Biggest cities in the world, always a fun thing to keep an eye on, just because I've seen Amsterdam is huge. 30 population, and it is the biggest, Amsterdam. Then you've got Delhi, Yangcheng, which is the Jar capital. Thebes is also at 27, 25, there's a big gap here, normally it's very close. Seoul at 25, Sokote 23, Moscow 23, Carthage 23, Bujumbura of the Burundis at 22, India, I think that's the first civ to appear on the list twice maybe, with Pataliputra 21, Berlin's at 21, Gao, Zhengshan from the Jar, Salisbury from Rhodesia. To fill out the 20s, Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, and London, the capital of Great Britain. And then there's a few second cities and stuff in here. Russia has 2 of the next ones. Rhodesia again, yeah, a lot of the bigger civs getting their second and third cities in there. Prora is completed by the Netherlands. Nice little wonder for them. Yeah, there is a strangely not a big amount of wars. Compared to that Europe game we just had where it was pretty much non-stop. Ideology. I was going to say, is that the first? No, it certainly isn't. There's loads. I'm getting there's too many series going on, okay? The Songhai one. There's my Indonesia one as well, which is sort of similar. It's just all blurs sometimes. But autocracy, I think autocracy is doing pretty well as the overall ideology. Yeah, there's dissidents on both sides, but autocracy's definitely got more members. Almost certainly more tourism as well. It's a bit strange that they're both suffering dissidents. I think obviously local geography comes in, who you're next to as well is an issue. And Rhodesia, conquer another city off the Zulu. So I think my point earlier stands. And obviously Ethiopia's fighting the Zulu as well. We'll see if they make any more progress in the coming turns. What the Jar are up to. It seems to be taking a while with their turn. That's fine. I'm not gonna call them out. I'm sure I take much longer in my turns, and they're going last. The civ that goes last always takes longer. I don't know why. They just happen to. I assume there's maybe it's accounting, trying to figure out the city states. Where have they gone? Where are the barbarians gone? I don't know. Just neatening things up. I don't really know how it works, but it just always is a bit slower. Germany goes autocracy, which is probably going to really help the Netherlands, who were facing some issues following autocracy with some dissidents. But yeah, having some more local help, I think, will help, especially when the tourism's kind of equal. Because I've never really seen it where you have dissidents on both sides. No one's going for freedom either, so it really didn't make sense. But there you go. I'm guessing it's more of a local thing. If all the other Europeans around them order, then it can overwhelm you individually, I would guess. So far, it is not been enough for any revolutions or anything crazy. But yeah, autocracy and order reigning. And there we go. Byzantium does reconquer this city. I'm not sure how long that will last, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those awkward ones. We see it quite a lot. Byzantium are attacking with boats. Germany are attacking with land units. They're not actually killing each other's units, so they just keep swapping hands. It happens a lot. I think last series we saw like Portugal and Morocco do a similar thing with like Morocco's cities, or in the north of Africa. It happened a lot. So yeah, we could expect to see more of that. Egypt's settler is in the water. The first one's still a few turns away. Or the second one, I should say. It looks like the Congo settler did die if it didn't make it back onto land, which kind of expected. As I said, Rhodesia and Portugal attacking them. Portugal with a lot of boats heading out, maybe towards the Congo. I don't know if they're aware that they can't attack, but there you go, Portugal fans. Apparently they were like picked by something like 30% or 70%. I don't know, I think it was 30% of people, which is impressive. And they've been letting everyone down so far, but they do finally have a settler up and ready to go. Carthage have one as well, but they can't get it out. That sucks. They could do with open borders with somebody. They're probably not going to get it with the Netherlands. Never know, maybe they'll get it off Portugal. But that will be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. And be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.